Miss Eisminger here.
Hi everyone, Miss Stacy.
So we are getting ready to do some statistics with your NCAA bracket data. So the first thing you need to do is find your hour that you have math, and you will see that there will be scores. These are made up scores that you're looking at right now, but the real scores will be in here. So let's pretend you have fifth hour math, and you notice down here we have some things that we need you to find: class mean, class median, and class mode. The class mean is the average, and that's the one that if you were doing it by hand, you would add them up and divide by how many people are in your class. The class median is the one in the middle. So the first thing you would have to do if you were doing it by hand is put the numbers in order from small to big and work your way to the middle. And last is class mode, and that is the one that occurs the most. So let's figure out how to do the class mean. So we're going to hit an equal sign. And then we're going to type the word average. And we have to tell it what we want it to find the average of. And then we need to close our parentheses. And there it is. Then median equals, we're going to type in median. And there it is. And then I'm going to grab my data again. Close my parentheses, enter. And then the mode equals mode, open my parentheses, grab my data, close my parentheses, enter. Oh, and the reason there was no, this says NA, which means no mode, probably because nothing is occurring more than once in this particular data. Okay, if you have something that appears more than once, you'll have a number that pops up. See, it says no values can occur more than once, or in this particular data set. So if I had another 62 in this list, I would have had a 62 pop up. So that will be how you find your class mean, median, and mode. And remember, you're just doing your hour. So don't worry about, no, just kidding. You're doing all of the hours. So you're going to have to do each hour's data. You're going to do third, fourth, fifth, seventh, and eighth. So you have to do everybody's hour, even if that's not an hour that you have math. Now we're going to head to the next part of the project. And we're getting ready to do some preliminary numbers that we need to find in order to tell this Google Sheet to make a box and whisker. So.
Okay, so for this first part, you're going to type in under minimum, we're looking for the minimum of our data. So our lowest number in each hour. So we're going to type in equals, and then type in min. And if you see here, MIN, it says minimum value of a numeric data set. Click on that. And then we're going to scroll over and grab our data for hour 3.
Is that the one you're looking for?
So start here, we're just going to highlight.
And do not mean median data in that one.
Then you're going to finish off those parentheses, click enter. And then here I can see for hour 3, the minimum was 8. Somebody got 8 points. And then I would do the same for hour 4, hour 5, hour 7, and hour 8.
All right, now we're ready to find our lower quartile. So we're going to do it for hour 3. Again, you will have to do this for hour 4, 5, 7, and 8. But this is how you will do it for hour 3. So equals, and then you type in the word quartile, and you open your parentheses, and you go over to the hour 3 data, and you're going to grab it again. Hopefully you're seeing a theme here. Highlight it. Do not include your mean, median, and mode stuff. come back over, comma, 1, because you're telling it you want quartile 1, and then close the parentheses, enter. And there it is. Pretty darn cool. You will do the same thing for hours 4, 5, 7, and 8.
Now that we have the lower quartile done, let's work on the upper quartile. So click into this box and type again equals and type quartile. And we're going to click and drag our data from hour 3 again because that's where we're working with. Then we're going to scroll back over, and in here we're going to do comma, and this time we're going to do 3. Click enter, and that will be your upper quartile.
And you have to do it for hours 4, 5, 7, and 8. Then your maximum equals max parentheses. Guess what you're going to do again, guys? You're going to grab your data for a 3rd hour. Close your parentheses. Enter. And you should have a max. And there it is. Again, you will do the same thing for 4, 5, 7, and 8. The last step will be to make our box and whisker plots. So what we're going to do is come over to our data that we just made, and we're going to highlight it. And then we're going to go up to Insert, and we're going to say Chart, and we're going to go to Chart Types, and we're going to scroll down and find our box and whisker that looks like this. And now we're going to say Insert. And then I think we need to move it down. And now we need to do a little editing on this. So I'm going to go up to this arrow, and I'm going to say Advanced Edit, and I need to give it a title. We are going to say, let's call it Comparison of NCAA Points. And now we need to label an axis. The horizontal axis, let's call it Math Class Hour. And then let's find our vertical. And we're going to say score, let's call it points earned. And then update. And there we go. If we look at this box and whisker, you can tell that hour 4, according to these made up numbers, has the data, since their box and whisker is the longest, their data is more varied. It was more diverse. Hour 8 from here to here is probably my shortest chart. So that means that hour 8 had the more consistent score. So maybe everybody earned around the same amount of points. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this project, and I hope your class did well for that nacho part.